Aria Benson slammed the door behind her, trembling as her mother's voice echoed down the hallway. I made a decision for you, Aria, and you'll thank me someday. But the letter in her hand told a different story: college applications rejected, opportunities stolen, dreams rerouted. Aria's hands shook. Her world, meticulously built in her mind, had been rewritten without her consent. Every second felt like betrayal slicing through her chest. She pressed her palms to her face, furious, confused, heartbroken. Mom, why? The camera of fate was pointing directly at her life. If you want to follow Aria's journey, subscribe now because every twist will leave you speechless. Aria's first instinct was denial. She rushed to her best friend, Lila, hoping for comfort. But Lila's face paled when she saw the rejection letter. Aria, this wasn't an accident, Lila whispered. Someone had deliberately blocked her from applying to the scholarship that could have changed everything. The room felt suffocating. Aria realized her mother wasn't just hiding a decision, she was controlling her future. The tension exploded when her mother casually mentioned, I only did what I thought was best for you, leaving Aria questioning if love could ever be twisted into harm. The next day at school, Aria confronted her mother. The words came out jagged, raw. I could have earned that scholarship. You stole it from me. Her mother's calm reply, you wouldn't have handled it anyway, sent Aria into a spiral of anger and disbelief. Walking home, she noticed her mother meeting a stranger outside the house, a mysterious man with a briefcase full of papers. Aria's heart raced. What secret deals had been hidden from her? The scene ended as the man waved and left, leaving only questions and a growing storm inside Aria. Aria discovered a folder labeled Decisions hidden in her mother's drawer. The folder contained rejection letters, scholarship forms, and private emails between her mother and the school. Each page was a dagger. But among the files, one email was different. It hinted at a secret financial settlement her mother had arranged, potentially explaining her motives. As Aria pieced it together, she realized the betrayal was deeper than she imagined. The chapter ends as she opens a file labeled Aria's Life Path, Final Version. At school the next week, Aria confronted her guidance counselor, who appeared visibly nervous. Aria, I didn't know, the counselor stammered. Aria realized that her mother had manipulated not just her, but an entire support system to control her life. While walking home, Aria's phone buzzed, an anonymous message saying, "The truth will surface when you least expect it." Her pulse raced. Someone else knew her mother's secrets. Aria tried to focus on her art, drawing late into the night. But her sketches were invaded by thoughts of betrayal. She found herself drawing a hidden figure, her mother, shadowing her achievements. Then, unexpectedly, a classmate, Jordan, handed her a flyer for an art competition. Aria felt hope surge, but when she checked the registration, she realized her mother had already preemptively withdrawn her. Her chest tightened. Someone wanted to test her resilience, and the battle had only begun. Desperate for allies, Aria contacted her estranged uncle, David, whom she hadn't seen in years. David had always warned her about her mother's secretive nature. When he saw the documents she brought, his face darkened. "She's been planning this since you were 10, he said. Shock froze Aria in place. Planning, what exactly? She demanded. David hesitated and then whispered, "Your life has been a chessboard, Aria. She moved the pieces without you even knowing." Aria's mother invited her for dinner under the guise of reconciliation. Arya arrived, heart pounding, only to overhear a heated phone conversation. Her mother was negotiating yet another opportunity to divert Arya's life. The betrayal was public, cruelly orchestrated in front of others at the table. Arya excused herself, tears blinding her, and the chapter ends with her mother smiling triumphantly, unaware Arya was already plotting her counter. Arya discovered her mother had hidden years of personal savings that could have funded her dreams. Shock turned to rage as she realized that the financial support she had been denied could have enabled her to pursue her passions freely. She decided to secretly open an account in her name using an independent source of funding, starting the first step of her quiet rebellion. But just as she set the plan in motion, her mother's shadow loomed over the bank window. A school talent show became Arya's chance for public redemption. She had prepared her best work, only for her mother to arrive with Jordan's parents, convincing them to judge her entry unfairly. The humiliation was instant. Arya froze on stage, burning with anger, but a small audience member's supportive applause reminded her of her resilience. The scene ends with Arya staring at her mother across the room, her mind plotting the next move. Arya unearthed a hidden journal from her mother's belongings, filled with confessions and justifications. The entries revealed that her mother had been influenced by fear, past failures, and a toxic mentor. Arya felt a twist of compassion mixed with anger. The chapter ended as she read a line suggesting the next big secret, a truth about her father she had never known. She confronted her father, who had been distant for years. His confession shocked her. Her mother had secretly made decisions about her guardianship and finances without his knowledge. Arya realized the betrayal had been systematic, not accidental. He handed her an old envelope with a letter marked "When the time comes." She didn't open it yet. Suspense hung in the air like a storm waiting to break. Arya's art exhibition was sabotaged. Her paintings were misplaced, and the crowd grew restless. Anger and humiliation surged, but she noticed one hidden ally, her friend Lila, had secretly documented everything. The footage became a weapon, a future reveal, but she needed patience. Her mother still controlled the immediate battlefield. The chapter ends as Arya glimpses a hidden camera in the gallery, realizing her moves were being watched. The letter marked "When the time comes" finally revealed a family secret. Her mother had been protecting Arya from a dangerous family debt tied to her biological lineage. Betrayal twisted into shock, and shock into conflicted understanding. Arya realized the decisions, though controlling, had roots in fear for her safety. Yet, resentment burned. How much of her life could ever be hers? Arya confronted her mother at the estate garden, the site of her childhood dreams. Words clashed, tears flowed. Her mother admitted the manipulations, explaining her fears, but Arya interrupted, "You stole my choices. You can't undo that with words." The confrontation escalated to neighbors and relatives overhearing, turning the private betrayal into a public spectacle. The chapter ends as her mother storms off, slamming the door on history itself.